Top 10 Animal Attacks Reporters on Live TV. How would you react when an animal suddenly pounces on you without giving a heads up? Well, we can bet your heartbeat might take a while to go down when such an incident happens. Not only that, people have to bear severe consequences after a surprise attack by an animal in some cases. Are you curious to know who caught the eye of these dangerous animals? They are the reporters who were assigned to provide information about different wild animals. Number 10. Jeff Corwin and Elephant. Standing beside an elephant to give a report is a kind of bravery. Alas, the Animal Planet's Corwin had to pay the price of this brave gesture. It happened when he stood between CNN's Anderson Cooper and an elephant in Cambodia. Suddenly, the elephant's trunk wrapped around the arm of the reporter, and he screamed in pain. It felt like his arm ripped off, but fortunately, Corwin didn't bear a major loss, as Anderson was there to help him. Other crew members also came rushing in to get him out of the water. Number 9. Kathleen Cochran and Cat. You must know that cats can get grumpy whenever they want to. Maybe a blonde reporter, Kathleen from the Fox channel, also came across the same type of cat. She was reporting on finding a home for the abandoned cat. However, the cat didn't take the patting of Kathleen very kindly. She began to wriggle out of her hold and pounced on her with its sharp claws. The poor reporter got shocked and tried to save her face from the sharp nails. In the end, she dropped the cat on the floor. Then, Kathleen giggles out in nervousness in front of the camera. Number 8. English Reporter and Bear. Amidst the green bushes, an English reporter introduced a bear, Manya, as, quote, the calmest member of the farm. However, it seems humans are not very good at reading an animal's mood. We've always heard that bears are known to be vicious, as they won't bat an eye before attacking humans. Just like that, the dreadful moment came when the English reporter giggled while nudging the bear's nose. After that, the bear tried to hold the reporter close, and in the next second, he attacked her with full strength. Fortunately, the surrounding members immediately came forward to rescue the reporter. Number 7. Tara Morgan and Camel. Do you know a particular news stand-up that gained hype on the internet? Well, the incident sure was a hilarious one. We don't see how this idea popped in her head, but a reporter from NBC 12, Tara Morgan, did a stand-up right next to a camel. She was a bit nervous when she said this might not be a good idea. While the words were in her mouth, the camel started to approach her, and then he caught her hair in her mouth. The reporter yelped in fright, and Tara's partner helped her to get her hair out in time. After that, the reporter humorously scolded the camel for eating her hair. Number 6. Reporter and Pinky. While reporting on orphaned cats, a reporter came to take a live shot of Pinky the cat from his human benefactor. At the time, the cat was calmly sitting on his owner's lap, and he was petting the cat's back. It was as if the cat had a special bond with him. However, it turns out that Pinky had been brewing some grudges against him for a long time. The cat got aggressive and jumped down to attack him. The first few attempts were futile as a woman tried to put the cat in a box, but Pinky was not ready to accept defeat. So he jumped and bit the thigh of his owner. The man screamed hard and let go of the strap holding the cat back. Number 5. Serracati and Snake. Do you think anyone could be so daring as to get a snake near his body? In this scenario, we have an Australian reporter, Serracati, who did a live segment on snake safety by placing the fearsome snake on her shoulder. At the beginning of the news, it felt like the snake and Sarah were not very comfortable in their positions. While Sarah tried to calm her nerves, the snake bit her microphone. Sarah screamed and got scared to imagine if the snake would bite her next. Luckily, she composed herself quickly and continued her segment by saying, quote, snakes are more scared of you than you are of them. Number 4. Alvin Hall and Ostrich. Once you get on the wrong side of an ostrich, your days are numbered. But it seemed Alvin Hall had charmed the herd of ostriches with his fancy clothing during the live report. On live TV, one of the ostriches seemed very playful with Alvin. At first, the ostrich nudges the reporter at his shoulder, but Alvin does not pay any attention. Perhaps the ostrich was adamant about getting noticed, so he started to examine its bow tie. The reporter laughed out loud and took the next shot. When he got back on camera, the naughty ostrich pushed him back and bit his ear. That sudden attack caused the reporter to stop the live news. Number 3. News anchor and leaping lizard. You might not stop laughing when we tell you the story of a jumping lizard and an old news anchor. Once, an anchor went on a live TV show to talk about a Texas rat snake. While he was asking about the length of the venomous snake, a leaping lizard suddenly jumped on him. The anchor shivered and fell back in fright. After a few seconds, he laughed and told the other person to get the lizard off of his clothes. It seemed that he was embarrassed by his sudden reaction. The live audiences understood his natural response and started laughing with him. Number 2. Australian reporter and Rooster. Would you believe me that if I told you that a serious live show turned into a hilarious stage drama in just a moment? If you don't, then we will reveal the truth in front of you. The roars of laughter can be heard when an Australian reporter loses his cool with this sudden movement of a rooster. Let us tell you the story from the beginning, when the reporter was doing a segment on a bird show while holding a black rooster in his hands. The rooster was probably uncomfortable, so he adjusted his position by flapping his wings. But the reporter got terrified and let out a scream. He threw the rooster on the floor and ran away with his arms waving up his head. That was sure a memorable sight for the netizens. Number 1. Haley Winslow and Lion. We all know that no one can tame the majestic king of the jungle, right? So, Haley Winslow's efforts went futile while trying to be friendly with the lion. During her live news, Haley talked to the lion and introduced him as Shell. She was letting the audience know more about Shell, but the lion seemed not to be in an excellent mood to respond. Instead of getting the hint, she kept her spirits high and started talking again. However, we assumed the lion was at his limit, so he tried to jump on her. But fortunately, he was captive. Otherwise, the outcome could have been drastic.